So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop. Prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No! You can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. You might have heard that live shopping is exploding, and I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront, and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. All right, well, come on in here. Good to have you here today, and it's going to be fun today. Usually my shows are like 12 to 15 minutes long. I did 9 minutes for years, kind of a master of the short thing. Today I'm going to do 3 minutes because I feel like a challenge. No, that's not going to happen. It is the Daily Boost from MotivationToMove.com. Serious people need not apply. You can come in. You can come in. Listen, we take life very seriously, but we have fun along the way, and there's no need to say. People sometimes come in so serious they can't think about what they're doing. Here's the scary part. Sometimes people come to my show, Scott, I just want to be happy, but they're so serious they can't smile. Sit in the back of the room. There's plenty of room back there. You do not have to sit in the front row. You don't have to. Just hang out a little bit. Catch on to some of this stuff, okay? It's me, Scott Smith. Good to have you. I am super duper happy today. You know why? Took a motorcycle ride out to Mount Dora, Florida. It's about an hour and 15 minutes from where I live. Went out for lunch with my beautiful wife, Joy. And we get out there, and I think we're going to have some lunch because that's what we went there for. And we're trying to figure out what to have. It's kind of an eclectic little town. And there's this pizza place that makes this really gourmet pizza. And I'm thinking, I'd love myself a gourmet pizza, but I'm not going to say that. I'm going to go do something else. And you know what she said? I mean, on her own. I didn't even cue this. Didn't even say a word. She goes, let's go have pizza today. She loves me so much. She does say, I can't believe how much she loves me. And then you know what she did? She said I could have my own. We wouldn't have to split a pizza and have a salad. Oh, my goodness. She was after my heart that day. It's so cool. It made me happy. Little things like that, right? I mean, she saw me so clearly, she knew what to do. And that's what I want to do with you today. That's kind of my mission in life. Kind of what I do every single day. I want to help you see yourself so clearly so your next move is inevitable. You just go do it. Why have I evolved to that languaging over the years? Well, the reason is this. I have noticed something in all the tens of thousands of hours of coaching I've done. That all of us are muddy in our mind. And once we can get that clarity that we all look for, we all just kind of know what to do. Nobody says, oh, I'm crystal clear now. What do I do? No, they just know. So that's the goal to get there. So today, I'm going to explain to you something that I do. Just a process. You can do it yourself. I'm not asking you to hire me to do it because right now you can't. Soon you can. But right now, today, you can't. I'll explain it to you and why it works and why I evolved to this point and a way for you to think today that might make life a lot easier for you. Because fundamentally, I believe that life is about removing friction. I believe it's not anymore. It's actually taking things away. And I believe that a lot of people in life, and maybe you're like this as well, maybe you have gotten where you've gotten feeling like maybe you used a GPS. You followed the GPS. You've arrived today at your job, your family, your house, whatever. Wherever you are today, you've arrived using a GPS to get here. But you have no idea where you are. You barely have an idea. I do that all the time. I have a GPS on my motorcycle, which I think should be against the law, but I sure like it. I mean, we used to get lost on a motorcycle. We just drive and find our way. Now I get this big full screen GPS thing. Sometimes I literally follow the GPS and get someplace. I don't even know where I am. I have to check the map and see where I am. I think people in life are like that. I think sometimes people in business are like that. I think they start, they get a hit, they run with it. One day they go, I don't even know where I am. Back a long time ago when we had paper maps, we could always pull that map back out and know where we are. We kind of had to follow it to get there, right? But GPS, you just kind of go to sleep. That's kind of life and that's kind of personal growth these days. I don't teach that crap. I don't, because people aren't paying attention. And I've learned that over time that they got to pay attention. So I've kind of evolved what I've done, and I've changed the names and I break things down. And the reason I've evolved is not to go out and build another coaching business. I don't need that. I got enough coaching hours now. I don't need more coaching business. I should just raise my rates and I did that already. How far can he go? I've just learned that certain things really work well from a painfully simple observation. And once you see it, I think it changes everything. And you may not agree with me, and that's perfectly fine. You complicated, serious people, you will not like this. I promise you. Just go away. Here's what I call it. My ABG. I know, I was trying to go for C, but I couldn't get it right. Here's the ABCs. I'm not going to do that. I don't make up acronyms for the sake of acronyms. Is ABC an acronym? I think kind of in a sort of, yeah. No, it's not. ABG. Because that's what it is. That's it. That's the whole thing. You can build anything you want in life if you have ABG. No amount of motivation, hustle, and grind, not going to make you happy. If it's not built from the inside out. You cannot outwork everyone in the room. You'll still feel empty at the end of the day. I've seen it 1,000 times. I've lived it myself. The answer isn't to want less. It's to know what you actually want and to build it. The fix is simpler than anyone wants to admit, and it's harder than it looks. So what is my ABG? A is awareness. Base. Go. So where did this come from? It came from a couple of places. Let me explain it to you. Awareness, number one. I evolved to this over time. I got, frankly, very, very tired of coaching people and trying to give them more to do and trying to give them more to figure out. And one day I was like, just stop doing that. Just stop. Okay. Just don't do it. It doesn't serve you anyway. Give it up. And I started doing that. And it got to be the point where I was almost rude with it because I just didn't want to hear it anymore. Everything starts with understanding yourself and getting rid of what doesn't fit. Not the story you tell everyone, not the version you perform at home or at work, the actual truth of how you think, how you feel, how you act, how you avoid things, how you hide from others. You know, the stuff you don't admit to yourself. Most people, including I bet you, have never done this honestly.
The new LinkedIn Hiring Pro can't undo your last hire. The empty seat. Who was actually just that, an empty chair in your office because you couldn't find someone to fill it. So it just sat there costing you money with all its fancy ergonomic features. But LinkedIn Hiring Pro can make it easy to fill that seat with the right candidate. With nearly 60% of businesses finding someone to interview in the first week alone. Hire right the first time with LinkedIn Hiring Pro. Post a free job today at linkedin.com/quality.
That's why it was about 2.5 years ago I created the Daily Awareness Diary. Some people don't want to do it. Man, I'm sorry, it's you. 10 questions, 10 minutes a day. Same questions every single day. We generate data. And yeah, I use AI on this too, because what we do is we take AI and we let it read between the lines. It's kind of a pattern recognition engine. And what it does is surfaces real values. It shows you the gap between you and who you say you want to be and what your behaviors really prove. Man, I cannot tell you how true that is. You see, as a guy who's coached a lot of people in my life, one of the things I do is catch people on their crap. Sometimes they know their crap and they're hiding it. Other times, they don't even see it. So the first thing is awareness. If you're not aware of what's going on around you, and this is different than clarity, by the way. This is different than having clarity. This is not being aligned. I know you life coaches say, here's clarity and alignment. No, it's not. I see a lot of people who think they're aligned, and they're wrong. I see a lot of people who think they're crystal clear what they're going to be doing, and they're wrong. They're not fully aware of what's going on. When I look between the lines and call people on their stuff, hey, what are you doing this for? Well, I don't do that. Yes, you do. You wrote it down. Boom. It's almost like we audited your diet for a week and caught you drinking 5 glasses of wine instead of 2. I don't do that. Just 2 really big ones. By the way, did you know women have a different size glass for wine than men do? They do. Yeah, guys, they just fill it to the top. Women, they just get a bigger glass and fill it to the top. I'm not making that up. That has come from years and years of coaching. So awareness is the first place you start. And if you're not aware, if you don't truly understand it, and it's not hard to do, it's fairly easy to do, but then we have something to work with, right? In fact, I won't work with you if you're not aware of what we do. The very first step I'm going to do with you is try to get you aware and certainly get me aware of what's going on. Then we can figure it out. What's the second thing? Base. A great life can't be built when parts of your life are a hot mess. You can't chase your biggest goals from a place of exhaustion, fractured relationships, financial anxiety, mental fog. You can't do it. That's why I started doing a framework I mentioned, I think even last week, my peaceful base framework, method, whatever you want to call it. It's just what it is. 6 pillars: time and body and mind, relationships, money and meaning. But it was very particularly put in a different situation. It's a solid foundation because I understand that a solid foundation that can handle anything you put on top of it is key. If even one piece of that is cracked, the whole thing comes down. No matter how hard you push, it's coming down. You can't hold it up. It's not about being perfect. It's about building a foundation strong enough to hold the weight of what you actually want. I'm going to come back to this here in a sec, but the third one is go. If you've heard me for a long time, it's stand up, take a step, and repeat. With clear eyes and a solid base, essentially you stop playing small. You go after the money. You go after the freedom, the purpose, the impact, whatever you want, all of it. Not recklessly, you do it strategically. From a position of strength and not desperation. It isn't some random thing, a someday thing. It starts today and it never stops. Some people don't believe that. You say it starts today. Yeah, it starts right now. Wait a second, Scott, it's got to stop someday. See, you're thinking old school. You're thinking like, I get a course, I go 12 weeks, then it's done, I reach my goal. Yeah, good luck with that. Does your life stop in 12 weeks? Does your challenge stop in 12 weeks? Anxiety stop in 12 weeks? Do your desires stop in 12 weeks? No. It never stops. You start today, you start every day, and it never stops. That's what you keep doing. You go, 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 go. You stand up, you take a step, and you repeat. Back to the peaceful base. Once people become very aware and they build a base and they start to get solid in that base, life changes. But some people come in and they say this to me. I'm just going to be very frank and honest with you right now. They go, man, I want to be content and peaceful. Yeah, but I want an exciting life too. And they want to jump right to the go part. And that's cool. You can do them all simultaneously. You can become aware, you can build a peaceful base, and you can go for the go all at the same time. I can show you how to do that. But for people who are high achievers, who go as everything, having impact, and they want to break free of the stuff holding them back, and they just want to create and be free to go build something. Go is a really big part of this thing. But you know what I do. If you worked on something for a very long time, if you've been in a career for a while, if you've got a good base, and you don't work for Spirit Airlines, you don't want to be that person who work for Spirit Airlines and it all come tumbling down. I'm sorry for you guys. I got a lot of friends who work at Spirit. I apologize. I'm sorry for you having to go through this. But the truth is, you don't want things to come tumbling down, ever. If you have nothing to build on, then you need to build that base, because when you do, life will change. But if you're already there, and yet you don't know how you got there, you need some more awareness. If you're already there and you got stuff you want to protect, you need a peaceful base so you can protect it forever. So it can handle anything you want to do, because all those dreams and things you have in your heart that you want to go after, if someday maybe I can, you could do it today, but you got to have this thing balanced out. This makes sense to you? I know it's not what everybody tells you to do. We're pulling stuff away. I know it's not tomorrow, but I bet you right now, there's a whole bunch of people listening to this program. Listen to me right now going, wait a second. They're telling me I can do it, and it's that easy. It's not that easy, but it is the act of removal. It is the act of committing and staying in the game. Yeah, I have a retention for personal coaching clients that is about 5 years. The average for a coach like me, in that capacity, more of a mentor and an advisor, the average is about 6 to 9 months. Face Your Passion's been around for 2.5 years. We have a retention of 18 months in that group. There's a reason for it. Because first, once you get addicted to being aware, you can't turn back. Once you realize your peaceful base is in fact what you seek, it is in fact what is keeping you awake at 3 o'clock in the morning, you want that. And once you realize when you're aware and you have a peaceful base that anything literally becomes possible, you get out of bed and you go for it. Even if you grew up like me thinking, I got a good idea. Why do you make it so difficult to go get it? It makes no sense to me why you would do that. I mean, it's really stupid. I got to call into God. I'm like, God, I know you gave us challenges. I know it's your plan. I know there's a reason, but come on, man. Can you tell me why you're doing this to me right now? You ever thought that before? You are not alone. Yeah, it's going to be there, but we can navigate around that.